Hey everyone, and welcome to another one of our videos. Today we're going to be doing a third brake light replacement on my 2014 Raptor. I've done this in the past, and I have another video on this, replacing it on one of my other trucks with a Ford OEM third brake light, and going through and replacing the wiring harness that comes with the lights and everything as well. Today I'm going to be showing you the less expensive option. This truck that I'm replacing on is my daily driver, sees a lot of use, sees a lot of outdoors. So I bought what is the significantly less expensive option for this one, since it's going to see more wear and tear and probably will need to be replaced again in the future at some point, and that is a Dorman replacement. So this is Dorman part number 923099, and this is specifically made and set up for these first-gen Raptors, and it's pretty darn equivalent to the original one. It comes with the same harness and everything that the OEM ones do. Complete with new bulbs, connection here and everything. But what we're going to do today is do this the faster way than I showed in my other video, and that's by just not replacing the entire harness, by just pulling the bulbs in the connector here and swapping the brake light housings. So I'll show you how to do that. We'll step on over the truck and go through that, but before we do, I'm going to get this thing prepped here with some upgraded bulbs as well. I'm going to throw some Philips LED bulbs, T15 size, into these two lights, so I have some brighter cargo lamps in addition to a refreshed and brand new brake light. So we'll head on over to the truck and show you the process of replacing this. All right, so we're here in the bed of the truck, and we have the third brake light right here, and we just have two Phillips screws that we need to pull out to remove it. So we're going to go ahead and do that and then show you what we're working with inside. All right, so you can see we have the brake light out now, and it should be a fairly simple, straightforward swap. All we're going to need to do is take out the two light bulbs here. One there. This one right here is a little stubborn because it's hard to get the angle. And then the clip for this connection in the middle is on the bottom. We're just going to push the clip in and pull the connector out. And now the old light is out. So before we install the new one fully, we're going to put new bulbs in these two spots. The old ones just pull straight out, and we're just going to go ahead and replace those with the LED ones and then put everything back together. So we'll go ahead and do that and show you what the finished product looks like. Alrighty, you can see we have the light plugged in and working now. So like I said, I just pulled out the old bulbs, popped in the new ones, and then threw the connection points, the twist locks, into the back of this light and the center plug there. You can see the lights flicker a little bit whenever they go off. That's normal for converting to LEDs, but they are going to be a good bit brighter here in the bed, which will help at night whenever I'm trying to get the stuff in here. It helps a little bit before going to the next step of putting an actual aftermarket light or something like that in the bed of the truck. The last step of this is going to be to put the brake light back in place. Now, if you want to, you can just use the original screws and throw them back in. I'm going to use original screws, but what I always do is put a, I believe it's -007 size O-ring underneath the head of the screw, so it seals a little bit better in the screw hole right down there. Just helps keep a little bit more water out of these things and keep you from having leaks in various places. The other reason beyond this light being weathered, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, that I'm replacing it, is because it's leaking a little bit down to the back window area. And once these lights short out, sometimes you can see issues with different CAN bus systems. So whether it's ABS or whether it's traction control, things like that, or even things like the radio and whatnot, you might start seeing issues with some of those systems if you have some shorts in your lighting circuits. Much worse issues on newer trucks than this, but nonetheless, you can see them on these older ones as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything zipped back together and show you what the finished product looks like. All right, here we have the finished product. You can see the lights are on, both the brake lights and the running lights, I should say, and the cargo lights. And they're going to turn off and fade off here in just a second. And you can see our finished product. So, in comparison to the old crusty OEM light, much better. Relatively cheap fix there. Unfortunately, the OEM lights are somewhere in the neighborhood of $250–300 from Ford. This one is like $150, and that's a reasonable price for the aftermarket one, actually. Prices are what they are, but super nice refresh and super nice upgrade for the cargo lights. The dim ones were getting to be a nuisance at some times and some points, so I'm glad to have something a good bit brighter. With that, I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any questions, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.